Archangel Michael says, this is not a coincidence that you are here right now. There is a stirring in the soul of someone who once vanished without closure. The energy of regret is clinging to them like smoke, and every time your name echoes in their mind, they feel that burn. You were never meant to be treated like an option, yet this man disappeared without a single explanation. He walked away from a conversation that held so much meaning to you. But the universe has not let him forget what he did. Every night, the silence in his room becomes loud with the memory of your last message. He replays it, over and over again, like a ritual soaked in sorrow. His eyes stay fixed on your words, but he no longer has the courage to reply. He never expected your light to vanish so quickly from his life. He thought you'd always be available. But your absence is now louder than your presence ever was. Type Amen to get blessing 333. He deleted your number to feel powerful, but he wrote it back in the notes the very next day. He tried to forget you by distracting himself with others. But no one had your depth, your grace, your patience. The way you waited, even when he didn't respond, is something he now realizes was rare. No one waits with that kind of love anymore. Now he's the one waiting to see if you'll ever message again. His friends know something's off. He's quiet, distant, scrolling through old screenshots of your chats. He says nothing, but inside him there's a scream growing louder with every heartbeat. Archangel Michael says, this pain he's feeling is part of a divine reckoning. He abandoned you in a moment of weakness, but now he's being haunted by the strength you showed in moving on. He thought silence gave him power. Now it has imprisoned him. Type Amen to get blessing 471. There was a night when he almost messaged you. His fingers hovered over the keyboard, unsure of what to say. But his pride locked him down again. He watches your profiles secretly. He sees your smile, your posts, your joy. And he wonders if you still think about him, like he does you. He once laughed while reading your message, thinking you were too emotional. Now those same words feel like treasures he can't touch anymore. He wants to respond, but time has changed everything. He still has that photo you sent. It's in his hidden folder. No one knows he looks at it before sleeping. No one knows he whispers, "I'm sorry," into the darkness every time. Type Amen to get blessing 558. He ghosted you, but your silence afterward was the ghost that followed him. Every woman he tried to talk to reminded him of what he lost. No connection held the same softness, the same depth. You gave him a kind of love that wasn't demanding, but it had truth. You didn't chase him when he disappeared, and that scared him more than your messages ever did. He thought you'd come running after him. He knows now, he broke something sacred. He realizes now, the way you gave without asking anything in return was a gift. Not everyone loves that way. He recently told a mutual friend he messed up. He didn't say your name, but the sadness in his eyes was undeniable. He said, "I wish I handled it differently." Type Amen to get blessing 662. He regrets leaving you unread. He regrets not saying, "I'm not ready," instead of walking away. He regrets acting like you were the problem when he was just afraid of feeling too much. Archangel Michael says, his spirit is restless. He is not sleeping well. Your energy lingers in the spaces where he once found peace. He hears songs that remind him of you. He skips them quickly, but not before the ache enters his chest. He sometimes dreams of you, and those dreams leave him shaken in the morning. There's a mirror in his room where he once stood shirtless, feeling invincible. Now that mirror shows him the shadow of a man who ran from a blessing. And that shadow is full of shame. Type Amen to get blessing 777. He regrets every second he didn't use to tell you the truth. He regrets the call he avoided. He regrets thinking that his silence wouldn't cost him anything. He never expected to miss you like this. He never thought one message could hold so much weight. But now, he reads that last message from you like a final goodbye he never earned. He didn't even open it the day you sent it. But a week later, he read it, cried, and never replied. And he hated himself for it. Archangel Michael says, your spirit still whispers to his. He wants forgiveness, but he can't forgive himself. He wants healing, but he can't escape the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 954. You gave him your light, and he mistook it for something that would always be there. He tried to replace you, but all he found were shallow waters. You were the deep end, and he was too scared to swim. He knows now he wasn't ready. But he still wishes he had said that instead of ghosting you. You deserved better, and that thought torments him now. He's jealous of the people who make you laugh. He's furious at himself when he sees you smile in someone else's comment. And yet, he can't look away. He keeps typing out messages to you, only to delete them before sending. He imagines different scenarios, what he'd say if you ever ran into him again. He even practiced an apology out loud once. Type Amen to get blessing 842. There's a night he remembers clearly. You waited online for hours. Your last text was hopeful. And he never answered. That memory is now his punishment. Your energy still visits his dreams. He senses your presence even when he's alone. He knows what he did, and he lives with it every single day. He remembers how you wished him well even when he ignored you. That grace, that light, you carried haunts him. He can't believe he ghosted someone so real. Archangel Michael says, your peace is protected now. You were hurt, but you were not broken. You have been chosen to receive what's meant for your destiny, not someone else's fear. Type Amen to get blessing 390. Now he wishes he could go back. Just one day, one moment, one message. But the doors he shut are no longer waiting to open again. He used to be confident. Now he's just confused. He wonders how he could lose someone like you without a fight. You were never loud about your pain. And that's what cut him deeper. Because when you left quietly, he felt the earthquake in his soul. He's been watching you from a distance. Wishing. Regretting. Replaying. And crying. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, the truth is never hidden forever. His regret has ripened into suffering. He was silent, but now the silence is screaming at him. And you? You have risen. You have glowed up. You have become the version of yourself that he was never ready for. Now he's just a shadow chasing a light that no longer stops for him. He had your heart, and he dropped it like it was replaceable. But it never was. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. He will continue to watch your stories in secret. He will continue to remember your voice when the world gets too loud. But your story has turned a page. He thought he won by walking away. But he lost something eternal. Now, he sits with a phone full of your screenshots and a heart full of guilt. Type Amen to get blessing 644. The message you once sent, simple, full of hope, still lives in his phone. It's the last window he has to your soul. And he doesn't deserve to open it again. He's the one who ghosted you. But now, he's the one who feels invisible. Forgotten. Left behind. Archangel Michael says, you were the storm he didn't prepare for. And now he's drowning in the waves he created. He still hears your name in his dreams. He still waits, like you once did. But now, the waiting is endless. Because you learned to let go. Type Amen to get blessing 888. He once believed ignoring you made him stronger. He thought if he stayed silent long enough, you would chase him. But instead, your silence became louder than his absence. He underestimated the way your spirit could rise from confusion into clarity. The way your heart could still love but know when to stop. And now, that power has turned back toward him like a mirror. Every smile you post online stabs at his guilt. Every day you glow brighter, he fades deeper into regret. He never realized your love was the kind people spend lifetimes searching for, until it was gone. Now, his own mind has become his punishment. The man who ghosted you is haunted by the ghost of you. He sees you in strangers and hears your voice in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 913. He was once the one with the upper hand. But life has flipped the script. And now, he clings to memories that used to bore him. He replays your voice note every night like a lullaby he can't forget. The tone, the way you laughed at the end, it pierces him. He never thought those small moments would feel like galaxies he can't reach. He thought he had time. He thought you'd stay. But now, even your shadow refuses to linger near him. You were never too much. You were never too emotional. You were just real, and real scared him more than anything. Type Amen to get blessing 500. He's scared of seeing you with someone else. He knows it's coming. And that fear is eating him from the inside. You once asked for something simple, honesty. He couldn't even give you that. He gave you silence when you gave him truth. Archangel Michael says, he was not ready for your purity. He didn't know what to do with love that didn't hurt him. So he ran. Now he dreams of messaging you, but he knows you've moved beyond needing closure. He wants to apologize, but he can feel your energy no longer craves it. Type Amen to get blessing 229. He scrolled back through months of messages and paused at one, I hope you're doing okay. That one broke him. You were still checking on him while he was planning to vanish. He never expected the guilt to feel this sharp. He didn't think memories could physically hurt. But the ones with you? They do. He had the chance to speak, to explain, to be honest, but pride silenced him. Now, he's forgotten by the world but remembered only by his mistake. You became his lesson. The one he will never unlearn. The one that visits his conscience like a ghost that never leaves. Type Amen to get blessing 721. He told people it just didn't work out. But he never told them how deeply you cared. He never told them how he ignored you when you were at your most vulnerable. He deleted the chat once, but then restored it, just to read how softly you said goodbye. Now, when he hears someone say your name, he flinches. Because behind that name is a story he never deserved to be a part of. A love story that could have been his. Archangel Michael says, he let fear ruin something sacred. And now he's paying the price in silence, longing, and endless regret. Type Amen to get blessing 384. You once told him you saw light in him. He laughed it off. But now he searches for that light in his own reflection and finds only shadows. He's met people. He's gone out. But no one feels like home the way your words did. No one makes him feel seen the way your eyes did. Every part of his soul knows now, he had something holy. And he treated it like it was ordinary. That mistake is etched into his every breath. He is not the same. Your absence changed him more than your presence ever did. He is now the man who lost you, and he will never be anything else. Type Amen to get blessing 812. He walks by the spot where he used to wait for your messages. His heart drops every time the notification buzzes, but it's never you. And it never will be. He never saw you as a lesson. But life has carved you into his memory as the one who taught him what love really meant. The one who made him realize what he was not ready for. He once smiled at the way you cared. Now, he would give anything just to hear you ask him how he's doing. He's not well. But he will never tell you that. Because he knows, it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 639. Archangel Michael says, your light was not meant to be wasted. You gave it to someone who didn't value it, but heaven saw, and heaven remembers. Your tears were counted. Your silence was recorded. And now, justice is being done in the most divine way possible, through regret that never ends. You didn't lose him. He lost you. And in that loss, he found a lifelong ache. He's reading your old messages again tonight. Whispering, I'm sorry, to a ghost who won't reply. Hoping, aching, breaking. Type Amen to get blessing 300. He wishes he could explain why he left. But even he doesn't understand it fully. All he knows is he was afraid, and now he's broken. You were gentle with him, and he mistook that for weakness. But your strength was in the way you walked away without setting the world on fire. He didn't deserve your patience. He didn't deserve your prayers. And now, he doesn't deserve your presence either. But still, he waits. For a miracle. For a chance. For something that won't come. Type Amen to get blessing 417. He saw you smiling in someone's comment section. He zoomed in. His heart broke. You looked free. He never thought you'd heal without him. But you did. And now, your happiness is a reminder of what he could have had. You were once the one typing paragraphs while he gave one-word answers. Now, he's writing essays in his mind, and there's no one left to send them to. He regrets it. Every second. Every unread message. Every time he left you wondering. Type Amen to get blessing 910. He was silent back then. But now, he talks to the air, hoping your spirit hears him. He wishes he could turn back time, but it's too far gone. He kept thinking you would break. Instead, you became the version of yourself that doesn't need him. And that is his punishment. Archangel Michael says, some people realize your value only when your absence feels louder than any words. He has learned that in the harshest way. He loved you, but he didn't know it then. Now he knows. And now, it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 556. You're not just a memory. You're his greatest, what if? His deepest scar. His longest night. And though he walked away with silence, he now lives with the loudest kind of regret. One that doesn't fade with time. He carries you now, not in his arms, but in his pain. Not in his life, but in his guilt. And he knows, that's all he will ever have left. Because you were the one he let go. And now he's the one who's lost. He thought walking away would give him peace, but all it did was open a door to sleepless nights. He thought time would erase your presence, but every day without you carved your memory even deeper into him. Now, every part of his soul aches for a moment he threw away. You weren't just someone he spoke to, you were the one who listened when his voice trembled, when the world felt heavy. You were calm in his chaos, and he destroyed it thinking he was avoiding mess. He didn't know that silence could be louder than screams. He reads your name in places it doesn't exist. It haunts his feed, his emails, his dreams. Every version of his future somehow included you, but now he's stuck in a reality where you're not waiting anymore. You waited with your heart open. He left with his heart closed. And now he walks through life searching for a connection he already lost. Type Amen to get blessing 855. He told himself it was better not to explain. That it would hurt less to disappear. But the truth is, it hurt more, just slower. Each second without you now feels like sand slipping from his fingers. He wants to gather it all back, but the hourglass is broken. And so is he. You forgave him silently when he didn't even ask. That quiet grace is now the loudest part of his memory. He didn't just ghost you, he ghosted his chance to be loved the way few ever are. Now, he knows better. But knowing better came too late. That's what regret really feels like. Type Amen to get blessing 999. His lips never said sorry, but his soul won't stop screaming it. He never gave you the closure you deserved, and now he's haunted by the words he should have said. He lives in screenshots now, stuck in the past, trying to decode the kindness you gave him. He's looking for loopholes, windows, any small crack where he can crawl back into your life. But the light that once welcomed him has turned away. Not in hatred, but in healing. And healing never looks back. Archangel Michael says, this chapter of your life is being protected by divine timing. His silence was a rejection, but your growth is your revival. Type Amen to get blessing 481. He hoped you'd reach out again. One more message. One more sign. But you didn't. Because you finally realized he was never confused, he just didn't value what you gave him. And that truth? It shattered him. Now, when people mention your name, he looks away. Because he knows he can't defend his actions. There's no story he can tell that will make it okay. He regrets making you feel unwanted. He regrets making you question your worth. And he regrets letting you walk away thinking you weren't enough. Type Amen to get blessing 718. He sees your happiness now, and it scares him. Not because he doesn't want you to be happy, but because he realizes your happiness no longer needs him. You gave him loyalty, patience, effort. He gave you distance. And now, the space between you is filled with everything he didn't say. He used to be the reason behind your tears. Now, he's the reason behind his own. This reversal? It's justice wrapped in silence. He walked away thinking he was choosing peace. But he walked into a lifetime of missing you instead. Type Amen to get blessing 223. Archangel Michael says, when someone plays with a pure soul, the universe responds not with punishment, but with undeniable truth. And the truth is, he walked away from the one who could have changed his life. He didn't see the way you cried after waiting. He didn't hear the tremble in your voice. But now, those echoes live inside him. He wonders if you still think about him. He hopes you do. But a deeper part of him knows, you probably don't. You've evolved. You've risen. You've let go. Type Amen to get blessing 367. He still remembers the outfit you wore in that picture you sent. The way your eyes looked tired but your heart looked strong. He stared at that photo for hours the night he deleted your number. But he didn't delete the photo. That's the part that hurts him the most now. Because that photo is all he has left. He knows you waited for a reply that never came. He knows you checked the last scene, hoping it would change. And now, he checks yours hoping for the same. The roles have reversed. And so have the feelings. Type Amen to get blessing 790. He was once so sure you'd always be there. That no matter how long he took, you'd still be one message away. But now he realizes, you were never waiting. You were just being kind. And that kindness? It's what he misses most. Not your words, not your pictures, but the way you made him feel human, even when he didn't deserve it. He thought ghosting you made him strong. But strength isn't in silence, it's in honesty. And honesty was something you gave freely. He never did. Now, the truth is what he sleeps beside. And that truth keeps him awake. Type Amen to get blessing 144. He wonders what you'd say if he apologized. He's drafted 100 versions of the same message. But he always deletes it, afraid of what you'll say, or worse, that you won't say anything at all. He watches your stories in silence. He reads your captions, searching for himself between the lines. But you stopped writing about him a long time ago. That hurts more than anything. To realize you've healed in ways he hasn't even started to. To know your heart has moved on while his is still circling the same pain. Archangel Michael says, the heart that once wept for him now dances in freedom. Your journey is no longer tied to his confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 603. He had every chance to be real with you. He had every moment in his hands. But he chose fear. He chose ego. He chose the exit door. Now he's trapped in memories that no longer bring comfort. They bring pain. Because you are no longer a person, you're a consequence. He sees you walking in your purpose, smiling in your light. And it destroys him in the most silent way. You were a chapter that deserved more. But you closed the book before he could rip the pages out. Type Amen to get blessing 442. His friends wonder why he's distant now. Why he keeps to himself. But how can he explain that he lost the only person who truly saw him? He replays your voice in his mind like a lullaby turned funeral song. He wishes he hadn't blocked you. He wishes he had just said, "I'm scared." But wishes don't heal the wounds caused by silence. And dreams don't bring back those who moved on. He thought time would give him peace. But time only gave him more reasons to regret. Type Amen to get blessing 199. Archangel Michael says, your soul was built to rise. Even when abandoned. Even when unloved. And now you rise not to prove anything, but simply because you were never meant to stay small. Let him carry the weight of his choices. Let him sit with the echo of your name. Because the man who ghosted you will always be haunted by the sound of your silence. He will live, but never fully. He will laugh, but never deeply. And he will remember you, always. You were the one. And he let go.